warm good morning to one and all. All are requested to rise. Please put your hands together and welcome all the dignitaries to the dais. Kindly be seated.
Every day of our life is a special occasion. The more you celebrate your life, the more you begin to enjoy and explore this amazing world. Today, we, the students of Christ Nagar Higher Secondary School, have gathered here to celebrate Kids Annual Day 2022.
I know you're waiting anxiously to watch the program, but let me remind you, no matter how good you are or how well you have done, everything will remain incomplete if we leave God out of the picture. Now, it is time to raise our mind and heart to God in prayer. So, let us begin by invoking the blessings of Almighty God, which will be followed by our school anthem.
students with a divine experience and angelic choir. Next, we have welcome speech. Here is my friend Mariam Sona waiting to welcome each and every one of you to this marvelous function.
Each day is a new beginning, filled with new possibilities. It is our efforts which make it a great one. A pleasant good morning to one and all gathered here on this auspicious occasion. I would like to welcome you all to the Kids Annual Day Celebration 2022. Dr. Amit Darwin, Medical Officer, Community Health Center, Villapil Shala, is a young and energetic gentleman who actively campaigns against drug addiction among the students. He is also well known for counseling in juvenile psychological issues. Being an alumni of Nagar, I am extremely privileged to have Dr. Amit Darwin as our chief guest to our alma mater. We appreciate your presence at this difficult time. Hearty welcome to this great event, sir. Next, with great respect and joy, let me extend a gracious welcome to our manager, Reverend Father Paul Mangat CMI, to this grand occasion. A warm welcome to you, Father. He who puts his heart and soul in uplifting others attains dignity. It is overwhelming to welcome our dear principal, Reverend Dr. Matthew Thingumballi CMI, to this grand occasion. A glad welcome to you, Father. It is my pleasure to welcome our Vice Principal and Bursar, Reverend Father Tindu Pulinchuvallil CMI and Vice Principal Thomas Mani Sir, whose presence is much valued. Sincere welcome to both of you. Welcome, Father. Welcome, Sir. I also take this opportunity to welcome our LP Section Head, Minnie C. Brown Ma'am, and KG Section Head, Jamal Matthew Ma'am. I am pleased to welcome you, dear teachers. A special welcome to all our teaching and non-teaching staff whose joint effort makes this beautiful day possible. Not least of all, I wholeheartedly welcome our dear parents and student friends to this special function. Once again, with great delight, I welcome all of you to this grand occasion. Thank you. Thank you, Mariam. Light symbolizes knowledge, and based on the Indian culture of Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, which means from darkness to light, we consider light as the illuminator of all knowledge. Hence, we light up the lamp to bow down to knowledge, the greatest gift. Now, let me welcome all the dignitaries to light the lamp and inaugurate Kids Annual Day 2022.
that was indeed auspicious. Now I call on stage Nived Krishna, Yukta J, Zara Zamir and Zafir Samir to present the annual report of LP section and kindergarten.
The pandemic caused an unprecedented crisis in many areas, especially in the field of education. There was a shift from offline to online mode for many educational institutions. Nagar Higher Secondary School took up the challenge of online classes, and the academic year 2021-22 made us more resilient in facing the hurdles, meeting and understanding the needs, innovating and forming modalities of the teaching and learning process. The year was launched with PTA meetings, wherein the principal, Reverend Dr. Matthew Tengambali, addressed the parent community to create an atmosphere of trust and to alleviate any doubt they had about online education. The online classes were scheduled as two batches, the morning batch starting at 7 a.m. and evening batch at 6 p.m.
The highlights of the first term were the Youth Festival and Onam celebrations conducted on 22nd and 23rd of July and in the first week of August respectively. Ms. Neeta Janet of 4P and Master Nived Krishna 3U won the maximum points and declared Kala Tilakam and Kala Pratibha respectively. Monthly tests were scheduled and conducted every month to help the students learn better. PTA meetings were held in the second term too, to update the parents about what to expect and what the expectations from the students are. Children's Day was celebrated with a lot of fun and frolic. Though the programs were digitally aired, kids could participate in dances, skits, and other presentations to display their talent. Christmas celebrations too brought a lot of cheer, and the season of hope was celebrated with the families participating in carol singing, card making, and selfie competitions. The quiz club of the LP section conducted online quiz on various topics which saw enthusiastic participation from the student community.
Though physical activities are limited due to the pandemic, this academic year saw the PT teachers doing their very best to keep the students active at home. Art, music, and dance classes were also included in the online schedule to develop creativity in the young minds. The first and second term exams were conducted online, and each child was assessed, and mark lists were prepared and distributed online. In spite of the limitations brought in by the pandemic, the teaching staff tried to maintain a supportive and inspiring atmosphere in the classes.
The classes for UKG commenced on June 2nd and LKG on June 7th. They are arranged in two batches, morning and evening, from Monday to Friday. There is also a special music class on Saturdays. Online classes did not constrain us from our usual activities. Several events were organized for the students every month. We set off with the Color Day in July. The color spectrum of each class was a visual treat. The students gleamed in colorful attires and displayed the craft items made by them. The first term examinations were conducted from August 2nd till August 13th. The results for the same were published on 2nd September online.
The Onam celebrations was conducted in August. Snapshots and videos of students celebrating Onam at home with their families were compiled and aired. Despite being physically apart, we celebrated the spirit of the Harvest Festival in all its splendor. Students of the kindergarten had a unique experience of watching a mesmerizing magic performance by Ms. Lata Mangesh in the month of September. The second PTA meeting was conducted in September. Parents shared their views and suggestions with the principal. They were also appreciative of the efforts put in by the teachers.
Activities keep our students creative,
Kindergarten's first activity for the second term was coloring, where our students' imagination saw no boundaries and every picture was a riot of color and creativity. Children's Day was celebrated in November, which witnessed many replicas of Cha-Cha-Ji in form and speech. The students presented different programs which were digitally aired. A live quiz program based on the life of Jawaharlal Nehru was also conducted. We celebrated Christmas in December. The students, with their dashing performance, spread the spirit of Christmas. Each class conducted a family get-together to celebrate Christmas through Google Meet. The school conducted various competitions as part of the celebration. Shreya S. Nair from LKG, Vihan AG, and Vasudev Akhil from UKG bagged prizes in the family photo selfie competition. Devanandan D from LKG and Angela Ajish from UKG won prizes in the Christmas card making competition.
The second term examinations were conducted from December 13 to December 23rd. The results was published online. To enhance creativity, imagination, and to build confidence, a virtual fancy dress event was conducted for the students in February. The students showcased their versatility with the help of the character chosen. They were all smartly dressed up and took part with much enthusiasm. A good story can imbibe the right values in the most impressionable age, brightening the day of the students with wonderful stories. A storytelling session was conducted in February while life and expression was in abundance.
Matrubhasha Dinam was celebrated on February 21st. The day started with a prayer in Malayalam, followed by students reciting Malayalam poems, songs, and stories. It is always a proud moment to all of us that the great achievement of Master Gaurang R.D. of LKG has created a new world record as an extraordinary, grasping power genius kid. This achievement is registered in the Kalam World Records.
Before I conclude, let me take this opportunity to thank our manager, Reverend Father Paul Mangatsiamai, whose guiding spirit encouraged and motivated us to meet the challenges of online teaching. I would also like to thank our dear principal, Reverend Dr. Matthew Tengambuli CMI, for the valuable guidance and inspiration offered to all of us. May God be with us and shower His abundant blessings on us this year and in the coming years too.
Thank you, friends. Now, may I welcome our distinguished chief guest, Dr. Amit Darwin, to address the gathering.
Esteemed Reverend Father Paul Mangat CMI, who is presiding this gathering, respected Principal Reverend Father Dr. Matthew Tengambali CMI, Reverend Father Tintu Pulinchivandil CMI, my dearest teacher Thomas Mani sir, the very devoted and reputed teaching institution, though minimally assembled families and well-wishers of Christ Nagar, non-teaching staff, and my dear students, Christ Nagarians. To begin with, I would like to extend my heartiest annual day wishes to all of you. Days like these are so important and valuable because It gives the opportunity for the institution and the individuals who are associated with the institution to sit back and count the blessing that they receive till now on daily basis. For me, it's a personal privilege and honor at the same time to be present in this manner, addressing you all. And I wholeheartedly thank Father Principal for his kind invitation. It came as a very pleasant surprise indeed. Now, speaking of surprises, Christnagar always have something to surprise me over the years. To begin with, I heard about this institution for the very first time when I was a little kid, when my elder cousin brothers would boast about the big things happening in their big school. When my time came in the late 80s, by God's grace, I also joined the institution and had fun. Found out it was a big school indeed. But then again, as the school day started, and I became a reluctant participant of the busy Christnagar schedule, I wondered, will this ever end? But year 1994 came when the final exams of 10th standard were done. Me and my friends looked back and we thought it was such a short ride, we never had enough. And we also made another discovery at that point of time, and that was the faculty at that time. With great respect and humility, I would like to take the names of Reverend Father Thomas Vembala, CMI, Reverend Father Berthold, CMI, Reverend Father James Pattarkalam, CMI. These tough disciplinarians were not as tough as that we thought them to be, because at that time we felt the voices were shaking and breaking, and hands were trembling when the final goodbyes were told and blessings were given and received. Well, after that, life progressed with its own ups and downs. And on later stages, it was the turn of my nephews and nieces who would explain things about a modern day Christnagar during our family get togethers and gatherings. But Christnagar surprised me the most, specifically 4 years back when I accompanied my son Johan on his first day of Christnagar kindergarten. My big school was bigger than ever. Because when I look around, it was not a boys only school from 5th standard to 10th standard. It has evolved and blossomed into a mixed, matured educational campus. It was such a brilliant sight to see. Changes were evident in almost every aspect, from the basic infrastructure to whatever things that could be seen by the human eye. But as days progressed, when I started to see things on a new perspective, not only as an old timer but also as a present parent, I realized one more surprise was in waiting. And that was, even through all these renovations, all these changes, one thing remained the same, and that was the basic family like bonding that existed between the members of the Christnagar community. And that has never changed. And it was not just a pleasant surprise for an over nostalgic old timer like me. My dear friends, that's exactly what's needed at this point of time. That is the need of the hour. How that can be? With your permission, I would like to explain how. See, I assume all of you will agree with me when I say school means absolute togetherness. Children from various walks of life, born and raised in various cultural backgrounds, various families, they converge under a common roof, under a common flag, in a common uniform, and they mix among themselves. Children and teachers, students and teachers come together and work together. Teaching faculty and non-teaching faculty, they mix together and work along together. Then again, students studying in various classes of the school come together in a common platform, let it be curricular, extracurricular, or cultural activities that represent school on a common platform as one. Now, let me tell you, that's how knowledge is acquired. That's how character and personalities are formed and polished. And that's how institution develops. The sense of togetherness only keeps us forward and gives us everything that we have till now. And that's how it happens. Quite frankly, specifically 2 years back, this balanced equation was totally disturbed by a very unpleasant surprise. What was that? That was a challenge was put in front of us. A task was given in front of us, and that task was we couldn't be together anymore. That means, in order to not to get infected, in order not to become the reason for the spread of the infection, in order to remain disease free, in order to remain healthy, in order to stay alive, we need to keep our distance from each other. That means no more huddling together, no more handshakes, no more high fives, and no togetherness at all. Now, day in and day out, the children used to scream and shout, the school stands for excellence. And what excellence would that possibly be when we cannot stand together anymore? Then what is the way out? Well, in that aspect, the concept of being a family becomes all the more important and all the more valuable. Because when tested by difficult times, any coalition can break, any team can split up, but a well sustained and well knit family, it always stays together. And that's what it's all about. Because the family members know what need to be done, what is the need of the family, and they all work together. They all continue with a sense of oneness together. They don't have to see each other on daily basis. They don't have to see or shake hands every day. That oneness is preserved and things are done in order to keep the momentum forward. And then this time will also pass. Things start to evolve in a positive way, and everything will be back to normal, just like a jigsaw being solved or a broken vessel being put back to its normal place. And that's what these difficult times have taught us to be. See, when COVID cases were started to erupt, when COVID cases were started to spread like anything, the whole medical fraternity was in a panicky situation because to heal someone, the basic of modern science itself is you have to see, you have to listen, you have to feel somebody's pain, somebody's illness, then try to find out what the cause. And then only you can suggest any kind of remedy for that. But the presence of the patient itself is a threat to the treating physician. What can this be done? What is the cure for that? Well, people start to work again. People who have not seen together, people who have never talked with each other, started to work together. Because people were suffering on the other side, many people left without proper goodbyes. Many people couldn't find their way back home. Still on that crisis situation, the work was going on. People from all around the world, let it be from the Africa, the Americas, the Middle East, the various parts of Asia or Europe, people start to work together. They never saw each other like I said before, but the work was going on in a studious space. Medications were invented or substituted. The medical term was itself reunited. And then what happened? Treatment strategies were reviewed and renewed and given to practice. Protocols were initiated, and then at a final moment, vaccines evolved. And from that point onwards, the positive note, things started to change. Today, we are ready to receive any patient on any hospital setup, suspect or prescribe medicines for COVID-19, and then again, we can say that all doctors' dialogue, that is, everything's going to be just fine. And that's how, if you preserve that sense of oneness, things can work out on a positive scale and we can move forward. Dear friends, like I said before, like I said in the beginning, when we sit together and count our blessings that we received, we need to look back. We need to look over our shoulder and we have to see the road, the long winding road that we walked through and reached this far. We have to see the places where we faltered. We have to see the places we fumbled, the voids that need to be corrected, that gaps that need to be filled. But then again, we have to take a pledge upon ourselves, and that would be whatever be the tough situation, we shall move forward. No matter what, make no mistake about it, difficult times will be back again. But if we preserve that sense of oneness together, we can move forward and keep our struggles alive, not as isolated individuals fighting against anything, but as proud members of a well united and self sustainable family. So that's how it works. That's how you can get a result on a positive scale. Dear friends, allow me to conclude my words because it's such a wonderful day and such a blessed situation. And let's keep on counting our blessings, just like I did just now, and I came up with something I got. And that is, after such a long time, able to address a Christnagar gathering one more time. Thank you so much. May God bless you all.
Thank you, Doctor, for your loving and inspiring words. Next, we have on stage Nightingales of Christnagar, the budding stars, Devnandan A. of Class 4 and Anand S. Nair of UKG to mesmerize us with their melodious voice. Thank you, friends. Now I invite our dear manager, Reverend Father Paul Mangat CMI for presidential address.
Chief guest of the day, Dr. Amit Darwin, Reverend Father Dr. Matthew Tingamballi, Principal, Reverend Father Tinto, Vice Principal, heads of KG and LP, parents, teachers, non-teaching staff, and my dear students. I am indeed happy to be a part of this celebration. This is one of the most awaited functions, though we were not able to conduct it due to the pandemic. Students get a platform to showcase their talents, thereby boosting up their confidence. Education is about far more than what happens within the four walls of a classroom. The happiness of teaching is to draw the creative, academic, and sporting potential out of the students. The talent they display here shows the potential to become worthy citizens of our society. We are fortunate to have teachers who recognize this. The effort from the part of the principal and teachers to get this done is laudable. We all are gathered here to motivate and inspire the young minds to showcase their talents. Let this day be a memorable one for each of us. Once again, I thank the principal, teachers, and parents for their continued support. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you, Father. Now I wholeheartedly welcome our loving principal, Reverend Dr. Matthew Tangamali, CMI, to address the little ones. Let's lend our ears to his magical words.
The chief guest of the day, Dr. Amit Darwin, our manager, Reverend Father Paul Mangad, my vice principals, Father Chinto, Thomas Manisha, HOD, LP section, Minnie Brown Miss, kindergarten JMOL teacher, most respected teachers, parents, and my dear beloved children. It's almost 2 years that the gathering, the full-fledged gathering have not happened at Christ Nagar. Last year also we had a small celebrations, and this year we would like to have a small celebrations too. And I believe that maybe by next year, inshallah, we'll have a full-fledged His Day celebrations. Though the children were not coming down to the school due to different reasons, mainly that of COVID-19, we had almost all the activities that is to be done during the academic year, except the physical presence of the students in the campus and the physical activities. We had all the activities, even the online. It was, they were engaged by the physical education teachers, giving them training and instructions of what to do and how to do it at home during this COVID timing. And also all the activities, including music and dance and curricular activities, all were done. And I would like to put on record my sincere appreciation as well as congratulations for my teachers for taking, to engaging these students, especially during this very difficult times. When I discussed with the principals of other schools, they used to say that it's very difficult to manage the students, especially that of the lower sections and online. But I feel very honored and privileged to have such a set of teachers who engage these students, who motivate these students, as well as keeping the spirit of the students even in online classes. And children started coming to the school, and kindergarten children were large number were present on the other day in the school. I'm very happy to see that these young kids are back in school, though small in number, but seeing them, seeing their faces, seeing the, moving these children in the campus brings a lot of joy and happiness to all teachers, including myself. For the last 2 years, our children were living in a different world. Many of them missed their schools, classes, their learning environment. But teachers and parents took extra pain to keep the pace going, learning going, especially for the last 2 years. Learning by screen or remote learning will continue to play a major role even after the COVID. Digitalization of education is the future, and we have been making significant strides in that direction even before the pandemic struck. And I believe that the discussions on education was always there. It's a point of discussions and it's a point of debate where what kind of education is suited for the day or in the latest stage. It is evolving. But what has been mentioned in the National Education Policy 2020 says that we need to help our children to bring out the best in each and every one of them. Means the innate potentials is to be brought out during the school years. We need to help our children to learn by themselves. We need to help our children to develop different skills like thinking skills, critical thinking, creativity, communication skills. So, the opportunities should be provided in the classrooms so that the children may develop these qualities which are essential for them to become a successful human beings as and when they grow up. So focusing on the academic part alone is not the completion of education. We need the academic, and that's one of the most important element of. But along with that, we need to keep it in mind, opportunities should be given to the children, even in the classrooms, so that they may come out from their inhibitions. Let them develop different skills which are essential. Help them to develop the skill of analysis, critical thinking, as well as skill of communication, which will definitely help them to become successful. So I think that's the changing concepts of education. And the craze for marks should not be the criteria for evaluating a child. Of course, mark is important. They need to understand the concepts which they are expected to learn. But God has given or blessed each and every student in a different way and given different gifts. So as parents and teachers, we need to find out exactly the skills given by God Almighty and knowing each and every child, helping them to bring out the best. I think that's what we need to think about it. And we need to bring back our children in the campus so that as teachers we could see the smiling face of their children. And when I meet them and I ask them whether are you happy to come back? And they all say that, Father, we are very, very happy to come back to the school. And that's what they were waiting for. And I believe that things will be all right. And our children will come to the school large in number and it will become a full-fledged Christ Nagar school. And at the same time, we must remember that these are the gifts that God has given to our care and to our hands. As teacher, as parents, it's our duty and responsibility to take care of these young ones who were entrusted to our hands, so that we need to help them to boost up or boom them or to make them the great human beings for the country and for the society. So, on this day, I would like to thank each and every people who are supporting me in one way or other, beginning with our manager and the staff, the supporting staff, the office staff, and all those people helping these children or the academic activities happen in the school. And big thank for each and every one of you. And I would like to put a word of appreciation to Dr. Amit. So when I invited him to be the chief guest of this day, he was very, very reluctant. He said several excuses, but I was stubborn. And and after listening to him, I feel very, very happy. And he made such a wonderful speech and motivated each and every one of us. He shared his experiences, and that was really a sweet speech that he made it. And I'm very happy that I invited the right person for this purpose. And also, I had another intention in mind when I invited Dr. Amit. Though he is an alumni, I just wanted to honor all those doctor community or people who are engaged in healthcare, especially during this pandemic time. Just wanted to appreciate the sincere effort and the hard work taken by each and every doctors, especially the doctor community or the medical community of Christ Nagar School. Said, we are all there with you. And thank you very much for taking care the public or all those people who came to you. And we appreciate your sincere effort, and thanks for your complete dedications. Thank you very much, Doctor, for being here in this morning, as well as giving us an excellent message. Thank you, each and every one of you, and God bless you. Thank you.